Yo guys, what's up? This is Gun226 here. How's it going? I'm getting ready for my trip to Front Sight, and one of the things that I like to do is review the malfunctions that they typically go over. There's 3 types of malfunctions. There's type 1 malfunction, a type 2 malfunction, and a type 3 malfunction. In this video, I'm going to cover the type 1 malfunction, maybe more. So anyway, the type 1 malfunction is basically a failure to fire. There's many reasons that this can happen. A round could fail to feed, or empty chamber. So let me just take you through it real quick. So right now, the way Front Sight does things, they like to use loaded ammo at all times. I'm not particularly fond of that, but I'm a big boy, I can handle it. I'm in a safe direction. So, empty, we're all empty, correct? Close the slide. Insert the magazine. Okay, chamber check, chamber's empty. Double check, chamber is empty. Magazine check. Chamber check once again, because I want to make sure that chamber is empty. I do not want any issues. Point it in a safe direction and pull the trigger. You got to click, if you heard that. Finger straight. So you basically tap, rack flip, and then back on target. Back on trigger. Now there's a live round in the chamber. Be very careful. The next thing you need to do, chamber check. You can also see the chamber indicator is up. There is a round in the chamber. Finger nowhere near the trigger. Be safe. Remove the magazine. Capture the round in your hand. Chamber check. Magazine check. The weapon is safe. You can repeat this drill as many times as it takes. Now, when you do the skills test, you get a limited amount of time to do this drill. If you mess up, you get penalized. If you don't make the time, you get penalized. There's a lot of little intricacies. You wouldn't think there would be, but there is a few little tricks. If you're left-handed or right-handed, makes a difference. So basically when you're at Front Sight, they only time you for the actual malfunction. Now the next time I'm there, I'll try to get some video, but they don't really let you take video, so that's not going to happen. So I'll try to set up a demo here shortly. Either myself or somebody else, I'll have a timer. There's a couple timers out there for your phone. The shot timers are pretty good. I can demo that for you as well. So right now, I'd like to go through another malfunction. So this is called a type 2 malfunction, and most of you would know it as a stovepipe. So to set this malfunction up, first thing you want to do, lock back the slide. Okay? Next thing you do, take a live round, put it in there. This is where it gets a little tricky. So you gotta hold it, just close it on the slide, just like that. So you can see you have a malfunction right there. Next thing you do, insert the live magazine. So you should be all set. Your chamber's empty. You have high brass high. So to run this drill and to fix it, aim in, finger on the trigger, press, nothing, dead trigger. Now some pistols will have a click, like a Glock, I think, for example, but this Springfield does not, so it's dead trigger. So finger straight, you move, look, you see brass high. That's an indication that's a problem. So what you want to do, as you're moving is tap, rack, flip. That did not work. So try it again. Now, see, two of them came out. There's one here and one here. Now, you should have a live round in the chamber. Be very careful. First thing you do, chamber check. Yes, there's one in the chamber. Excellent. Magazine, remove the magazine. Remove the round. Check the chamber again. Nope, nothing. Okay, good. You're safe. So there's many reasons why you have a stovepipe. A lot of malfunctions out there. So this is the way Front Sight teaches it. Tap, rack, flip, and then you want to point in on target and make a decision to shoot. Now when you're there, they tell you a couple stories about how police officers have shot because they were just taught tap, rack, bang, and their brain was saying no, don't shoot, but they were just programmed basically to do it. So I think this is a much better method. It's the tap, rack, decide. You decide to shoot or decide not to shoot. If the situation becomes unsafe, if an innocent bystander jumps in the way in front of your barrel, you're not going to shoot them. And I think that's a much better way to do it. So now, the third type is a little more difficult. There are a couple different methods to do it. And the method that I'm going to show you now is the retention method. Now, it is, in some ways it's easier, in some ways it's more difficult. It's easier because you only have to deal with one magazine. It's more difficult because you only have to deal with one magazine. So, to set this up, this can be a little dangerous, so do it in a safe area. Got the gun. Got a chamber check. Nothing in there. Magazine check. Okay, good. Now, once again, lock the slide back. Take the live round. Put it into the chamber. See that? In the chamber. Live round. Take this. Put it in there. You can see we're going to induce a double feed. So basically you see this now. Right? Can you see that? So basically you have a double feed that we've induced. Now the method for doing it's pretty simple. When you're under time pressure, it seems like it gets a lot more complex for some reason. Not sure why. So let me take you through this. So, the way you know is, finger on the trigger, press, get a dead trigger. Glocks will have a trip trigger. You need to trip your trigger before you do this drill. So when that happens, you step to the right or step to the left, get out of the line of fire. Look, you see brass low. Like, oh, this is a problem. Now some people will be like, okay, I'm going to my backup gun. This is too hard. Maybe easier just to get the backup gun out. But if you don't have a backup gun, you need to get this gun back in the fight. So, first thing you do, lock the slide back. Okay, you locked it back. Eject the old magazine, and if you have an extra magazine, you can throw this on the ground, but you're in the middle of a gunfight, so you probably want to retain this. So what I do is I put it right here in my pinky. You see it fell out. And then it's rack, rack, rack. 3 racks. Take the magazine, put it back in, rack it, back on trigger, back on target, decide. Finger straight, back to the ready. Now, once again, you have a loaded gun. There's a round in the chamber. Be very careful. So now, to clear it, you want to do a chamber check. Yep, there's one in the chamber. Magazine, remove the magazine. Take it out of the chamber. Take the one out of the chamber. Do a magazine check, chamber check. Make sure it's empty, and you're safe. So these are the 3 basic type of malfunctions. There are other malfunctions as well. One of them is the emergency. For that, you need a empty magazine and a magazine with something ammo in it. Hold on, I don't have an empty magazine. Got a lot of loaded magazines. So, have an empty magazine. So you never want this to happen in a real gunfight, right? So this is going to be called an emergency reload. Put the empty magazine in, lock the slide back, which is simulating you just ran out of ammo, you shot your last round, there's more bad guys downrange that you need to take care of, but you can't. So you're pointing in, finger on the trigger, press, look at it, step to the side out of the line of fire actively. You see nothing in there. You're like, oh, snap. Okay, you drop it. Now, they teach you just to drop it. Push the button, it comes out. Some guns might not allow you just to drop it freely, and then index one from your pouch, and you're back in the fight, and decide. So now, once again, you have a loaded firearm. Be very careful. Do a chamber check. Magazine out. Do a final chamber check. Magazine check. Firearm is safe. So these are the malfunction drills that you're going to be learning at front sight. It's good to practice these before you go. It's highly recommended, especially if you're going to do it under time pressure. It adds a lot of stress. So get proficient, get smooth, and the speed will come. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to get this video out there. I've been talking about I'm going to front sight, how much I like front sight. Get some of the methodology out there that they're using. Anyway, if you have any questions or you want to see more front sight type stuff, let me know. I'm going to do some if I can. If you have any other questions, you want to get together, send me an IM. I go out to front sight quite frequently. So, let me know. Anyway, I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.